Hey guys, welcome back to Second Kick Moto and Auto. The Sierra, which I haven't shown you since I got it, I've actually just put this Sierra vinyl on it just so it's not just a plain white truck. I'm going to do the other side and I'll try and do it with you a little bit. It is a two-handed job, but I've also tried out some Plasta Dip, as you can see over top of the grill here, and I've got a different grill I'll be putting in it. But the things you'll need: comfy spot to sit, some tape, that's not Windex, that's soapy water, something comfortable to sit on like I said, and a card and a razor blade. I wouldn't advise using like a bank card or something that's got a strip in it. Try and find something like a library card or something that'll, you know, be soft and you're not going to wreck it, because you're going to be rubbing it on top of the vinyl and on top of the coating that goes over top of the vinyl. Okay, so I'm going to get the truck turned around so we can start on the other side. Okay, so here we have the passenger side of the truck, and there's the vinyl. Now, if you see the state of the vinyl, it's not the greatest. I actually bought these off of Wish, thought I'd give it a try because everything's so cheap on there. It took 2 months longer than expected to get it, and it's been shipped everywhere in this world you can think of. It's gone from China to somewhere else to Canada, then to Great Britain for some reason, and then back to Canada, and now here to me. And the vinyl's not the greatest quality, but you can see just a plain white truck, and it does dress it up quite a bit. So if I like it, I'll find somebody to make me a good quality vinyl if this stuff peels. It's a bit tricky to put on because the packaging is so damaged. If you saw the little box it came in, it's absolutely destroyed. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our soapy water and a paper towel and just clean the surface. And then what we'll do is we'll hang it up at the height I want. I'm actually doing this in two pieces. I'll do the back door and then the front door, because this is actually for a crew cab, so my truck's a little bit short, which is nice. That big solid black area I can take some length out of. So I'll come back to you after I got this cleaned up and sort of hanging up. Okay, so here we have just the short section for the back door here. I use tape and I actually measure up from the bottom of the door body seam here, the door seam, because it's nice and close and we can get level. The other side did stretch a little bit and it gave it a bit of an arc, which I'm not real happy about, but it is the quality of vinyl I'm dealing with. So as you can see, it's a bit windy, and I recommend doing this on a less windy day, but here we are, so we're going to get it done. I do apologize for the road noise, but I just want that point. You don't want that point to be right on the edge of the door, because then it's going to it'll actually get something behind there and peel it. So, and then there we got a little bit overhang, and we'll trim that off once we're done. So what I'm going to do now is actually spray the water. I'm going to lift the decal up and soak this down. Some people say don't do this. I recommend it because you can move the vinyl around after it's been applied a bit, because as you can see by this vinyl, it's going to need it. Some of it's stuck to the backing, some of it's stuck to this, and it's just not going to be smooth going on. So I'm going to need my two hands here, and I will check back with you in a minute. So what I'm showing you here is I've actually still taped to the door, but I just flipped the vinyl upside down. If you can see, I got the backing rolling off of the vinyl, and you're gonna have to work it a little bit sometimes to get the stuff to come off, but I'm just showing you quick here what I'm doing. And then what I can do after this is off is just flip this right around back down, and it'll be in place and we can start applying it to the truck. Okay, so now that we've got it flipped around, what I'm doing is I'm smoothing all this. And up here is so bad that I'm actually just going to tack it and then pull the clear cover off of it, and then I'll smooth it out very gently with the card when I'm done. You have to watch, especially on thinner and cheaper vinyl, it'll tear. So you have to be careful with it. That's why I like to put the water in behind it, so I can work it around. Okay, so now's where patience kicks in. Holy cow, is there loud traffic going by today. I do live on a main road. So what I've got here is I've got the vinyl, and I've got the clear cover on top that's peeled off. Everything's smooth, but there is water behind there still. So I'm actually going around, because you'll see little pockets swell up near the edges, and you push it out and use a paper towel, because that'll absorb the water, and you'll even get it with your lettering. But don't just abandon this. Sit here with it for a few minutes and keep going over it, and that'll make sure that this is stuck really good. I actually see my 1R is kind of messed up here, and I'm actually going to go back and work on that. Okay, so we got the back done, and we're going to come to the front here. Now when I set up the height at the back, I try and make sure it's actually matching the seam at the back, and then I do my height at the front, and that should get you where you want to be. But it's most important that it matches with the stripe on the back. You don't want there to be a off level piece at the doors, because that's way more visible than something that's a little off height. So it's exactly the same process as I just did there. Be advised, with a long piece like that, it's going to be a little trickier to get the bumps out and the smoothness out, but with your water you can slide it around and you should be okay. And I will check in with you when I am done here. Okay, and there's the finished product. Looks pretty good. Like I said, the quality of vinyl wasn't the greatest, but it turned out okay. You're going to see varying results on how people tell you to put these up. I recommend using the water. I used to vinyl race cars and put giant stickers on, and it is the best way to work things out. Now you're going to want to come back out in a little while. You're going to see some areas that might be bubbled or lifted. That's water finding its spots to be worked out. And very carefully, with something soft over your card, go try and work them out. And if you can't, just a little pinhole and a hairdryer on low setting, because vinyl will stretch and it will shrink with heat. Just use that very carefully, and you'll get that water out of there, and time will naturally dry it out as well. And you'll see with the sun and heat, a lot of the little marks or wrinkles you might end up with will actually disappear. Obviously, if there's something really big there, it'll never go away, but you might have a little tiny one here or there, and it'll actually pull itself out with the heat. Okay, guys. Well, I hope what I've given you here is somewhat helpful. I'm sorry I couldn't give you more footage of it. Any questions, please ask. And please subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.